You can't afford $29.99 to buy 48 laws of power. Your brain can't handle processing information if it's not related to anime. Don't worry, I got you today. I'll be explaining all 48 laws, all 48 of them through different animes. So let's get right into it. Law 1. Never outshine the master. Law 1. Never outshine the master. This law reminds us of the delicate balance between ambition and respect. In the world of anime, we see this law in action in Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki, the protagonist, never tries to outshine his master, Jiraiya. Instead, he learns from him, respects him, and uses his teachings to become stronger. This law is about understanding our place and using it to our advantage. Naruto's growth and strength are a testament to this law, as he always acknowledges his master's role in his journey. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. Law 2. Never put too much trust in friends. Learn how to use enemies. This law might sound cynical, but it's about being realistic about human nature. In Death Note, Light Yagami trusts no one completely and uses his enemies to further his plans. It's a stark reminder that in the pursuit of power, trust must be earned, not given freely. Light's manipulation of his enemies, and even his friends, is a perfect illustration of this law. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. Law 3. Conceal your intentions. This law is about keeping your plans and strategies to yourself to maintain the element of surprise. In Classroom of the Elite, Ayanokoji Kiyotaka has everything concealed. No one can even tell if he feels happy or wants to kill himself. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. Law 4. Always say less than necessary. This law advises us to be careful with our words, as they can often lead to our downfall. In One Piece, Monkey D. Luffy often says less than necessary, keeping his strategies and true power hidden until absolutely necessary. His ability to surprise his enemies with unexpected power and strategy is a direct result of his adherence to this law. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Law 5. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. This law emphasizes the importance of reputation in gaining and maintaining power. In My Hero Academia, All Might's reputation as the symbol of peace is his greatest asset. His reputation alone deters villains and inspires other heroes. Even after retiring, his reputation continues to influence the world around him. All Might's life and career serve as a powerful illustration of this law. Without this reputation, the streets would be flooded with criminals. Or for example, King from One Punch Man wins a lot of death scenarios due to his reputation. Law 6. Court attention at all cost. Law 6. Court attention at all cost. This law is about the power of visibility and recognition. In One Punch Man, Saitama, despite his overwhelming power, struggles with obscurity. His journey to gain recognition from the public and his peers is a perfect illustration of this law, as he can barely get any attention. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. Law 7. Get others to do the work for you, but always take the credit. This law is about leveraging the abilities of others to achieve your goals. In Code Geass, Lelouch Lampirouge does this masterfully, using his Geass to command others to carry out his plans, while he reaps the benefits and advances his goals. Law 8. Make other people come to you, use bait if necessary. Law 8. Make other people come to you, use bait if necessary. This law is about controlling the dynamics of power by making others play on your terms. Light Yagami from Death Note often uses this strategy, setting traps and forcing his adversaries to act according to his plan. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. Law 9. Win through your actions, never through argument. This law is about proving your power through deeds, not words. Goku from Dragon Ball Z embodies this law. He rarely indulges in arguments or boasts about his power. Instead, he lets his actions during battle speak for him. Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. Law 10. Infection. Avoid the unhappy and unlucky. This law warns us about the influence of negative individuals. In Bleach, Ichigo Kurosaki often distances himself from those who drain his energy or bring negativity, choosing instead to surround himself with those who strengthen and inspire him. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. Law 11. Learn to keep people dependent on you. This law is about ensuring your value by being indispensable. In Attack on Titan, Eren Yeager becomes a key figure in humanity's fight against the Titans, making him an indispensable asset to the team. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. Law 12. Use selective honesty and generosity to disarm your victim. This law is about using honesty and generosity as tools to lower defenses. In Naruto, Itachi Uchiha uses this strategy, revealing certain truths and showing kindness to manipulate others. Law 13, when asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. Law 13, when asking for help, appeal to people's self-interest, never to their mercy or gratitude. This law is about understanding what motivates people. In One Piece, Luffy often appeals to others' self-interest to gain their support, understanding that mutual benefit is a powerful motivator. Law 14, pose as a friend, work as a spy. Law 14, pose as a friend, work as a spy. This law is about gathering information under the guise of friendship. Light Yagami from Death Note does this effectively, using his charm and friendly demeanor to gather information without arousing suspicion. Law 15, crush your enemy totally. Law 15, crush your enemy totally. This law is about leaving no room for future threats. In Attack on Titan, Eren Yeager understands this law, knowing that half measures won't end the threat of the Titans. Then massacred an entire nation. Law 16, use absence to increase respect and honor. Law 16, use absence to increase respect and honor. This law is about understanding the power of scarcity and absence. In Hunter x Hunter, Jing Freaks, Gon's father, is a character shrouded in mystery due to his absence, which only increases the respect and intrigue surrounding him. Or Luffy's dad and Shanks, they seem like AG due to their repeated absence but intriguing mystery around them. Law 17, keep others in suspended terror, cultivate an air of unpredictability. Law 17, keep others in suspended terror, cultivate an air of unpredictability. This law is about maintaining power by being unpredictable. Light Yagami from Death Note embodies this law, keeping everyone around him in a state of suspense with his unpredictable actions. Law 18, do not build fortresses to protect yourself, isolation is dangerous. Law 18, do not build fortresses to protect yourself, isolation is dangerous. This law warns against the dangers of isolation. In Naruto, Gaara of the Sand initially isolates himself, believing it's the best way to protect himself. However, he eventually learns that this isolation only brings more harm than good. Law 19, know who you're dealing with, do not offend the wrong person. Law 19, know who you're dealing with, do not offend the wrong person. This law is about understanding the power dynamics at play. In One Piece, Luffy often assesses his opponents before engaging, understanding the potential consequences of offending the wrong person. For example, in the Jaya arc when they are at the bar and Luffy knows not to insult Blackbeard. But later in the arc, the people offended Luffy not knowing he's the G and got their asses handed to them. Law 20, do not commit to anyone. Law 20, do not commit to anyone. This law is about maintaining your independence. In Code Geass, Lelouch Lampi Rouge refuses to fully commit to any one group or person, allowing him to maintain his freedom and control over his actions. Law 21, play a sucker to catch a sucker, seem dumber than your mark. Law 21, play a sucker to catch a sucker, seem dumber than your mark. This law is about using deception to outsmart your opponents. In Death Note, Light Yagami often plays the fool to mislead his adversaries, only to reveal his true intellect when they least expect it. Law 22, use the surrender tactic, transform weakness into power. Law 22, use the surrender tactic, transform weakness into power. This law is about turning your vulnerabilities into strengths. In My Hero Academia, Izuku Midoriya, initially seen as weak due to his lack of quirk, uses his perceived weakness to his advantage, surprising his opponents with his resilience and determination. Law 23, concentrate your forces. Law 23, concentrate your forces. This law is about focusing your resources for maximum impact. In Attack on Titan, Erwin Smith often concentrates his forces to launch powerful, focused attacks against the Titans. Law 24, play the perfect courtier. Law 24, play the perfect courtier. This law is about navigating social situations with grace and tact. In Naruto, Kakashi Hatake is a perfect example of this law, handling interactions with both superiors and subordinates with respect and diplomacy. Law 25, recreate yourself. Law 25, recreate yourself. This law is about the power of self-transformation. In One Piece, Tony Chopper, who was originally a reindeer, recreates himself into a humanoid reindeer through the power of the human fruit, demonstrating the transformative power of self-reinvention. Law 26, keep your hands clean. Law 26, keep your hands clean. This law is about maintaining your reputation by avoiding direct involvement in dirty work. In Death Note, Light Yagami often manipulates others to do his dirty work, keeping his own hands clean in the process. Law 27, play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. Law 27, play on people's need to believe to create a cult-like following. This law is about understanding and leveraging people's need for belief. In Naruto, Pain creates a cult-like following in the Rain Village by playing on the villagers' need for peace and security. Law 28, enter action with boldness. Law 28, enter action with boldness. This law is about the power of confidence and audacity. In One Piece, Monkey D. Luffy embodies this law, approaching every challenge with boldness and determination, often catching his enemies off guard. Law 29, plan all the way to the end. Law 29, plan all the way to the end. This law is about the importance of foresight and planning. In Code Geass, Lelouch Lampirouge is a master strategist who plans his moves meticulously, always thinking several steps ahead. Law 30, make your accomplishments seem effortless. Law 30, make your accomplishments seem effortless. This law is about the power of understatement. In One Punch Man, Saitama defeats his enemies with a single punch, making his extraordinary feats of strength seem effortless. Law 31, control the options, get others to play with the cards you deal. Law 31, control the options, get others to play with the cards you deal. This law is about controlling the narrative and the choices available to others. In Death Note, Light Yagami is a master of this, often manipulating situations so that others are forced to make choices that further his own goals. Law 32, play to people's fantasies. Law 32, play to people's fantasies. This law is about understanding and leveraging the power of fantasy and desire. In Sword Art Online, the game's creator, Akihiko Kayaba, creates a virtual world that plays into the fantasies of thousands of players. Law 33, discover each man's thumbscrew. Law 33, discover each man's thumbscrew. This law is about finding and exploiting the weaknesses of others. In Attack on Titan, Erwin Smith is adept at identifying the weaknesses of both his allies and enemies, using this knowledge to his advantage. Law 34, be royal in your own fashion, act like a king to be treated like one. Law 34, be royal in your own fashion, act like a king to be treated like one. This law is about the power of self-perception and behavior. In One Piece, Luffy's unwavering confidence and leadership often command respect from those around him, despite his unconventional behavior. Law 35, master the art of timing. Law 35, master the art of timing. This law is about understanding and utilizing the right timing. In Hunter x Hunter, Gon Freaks often demonstrates a keen sense of timing, knowing when to strike and when to hold back, which often gives him the upper hand in battles. Law 36, disdain things you cannot have, ignoring them is the best revenge. Law 36, disdaining things you cannot have, ignoring them is the best revenge. This law is about focusing on what you can control and ignoring what you cannot. In Naruto, Naruto Uzumaki often displays this attitude, focusing on his own growth and goals rather than dwelling on things beyond his reach. Law 37, create compelling spectacles. Law 37, create compelling spectacles. This law is about the power of spectacle in capturing attention. In One Piece, the character of Doflamingo often uses grand spectacles to assert his power and control over others. Law 38, think as you like but behave like others. Law 38, think as you like but behave like others. This law is about fitting in while maintaining your unique perspective. In Death Note, Light Yagami embodies this law, maintaining the facade of a normal student while secretly plotting as Kira. Law 39, stir up waters to catch fish. Law 39, stir up waters to catch fish. This law is about creating chaos to disrupt the status quo. In Attack on Titan, Eren Yeager often stirs up the waters, challenging the status quo to achieve his goals. Law 40, despise the free lunch. Law 40, despise the free lunch. This law is about understanding the value of hard work and the hidden costs of freebies. In Hunter x Hunter, Gon Freaks often demonstrates this principle, preferring to work hard and earn his achievements rather than accepting handouts. Law 41, avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. Law 41, avoid stepping into a great man's shoes. This law is about forging your own path rather than living in someone else's shadow. In Boruto, Naruto Next Generations, Boruto struggles with being the son of the Hokage and strives to step out of his father's shadow and make a name for himself. Law 42, strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. Law 42, strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. This law is about understanding the power of leadership. In Attack on Titan, the enemies often target the leaders of the scout regiment, knowing that their loss would cause disarray. Law 43, work on the hearts and minds of others. Law 43, work on the hearts and minds of others. This law is about the power of emotional intelligence. In Naruto, Uzumaki often wins people over by understanding and empathizing with their feelings, demonstrating the power of emotional connection. Law 44, disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Law 44, disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. This law is about using mirroring to disarm and manipulate others. In Death Note, Light Yagami often mirrors his opponents, using their tactics against them and throwing them off balance. Law 45, preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. Law 45, preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. This law is about the importance of gradual change. In One Piece, Monkey D. Luffy and his crew often advocate for change, but they understand the need for gradual progress and the dangers of sudden upheaval. Law 46, never appear too perfect. Law 46, never appear too perfect. This law is about the dangers of appearing too perfect or too powerful. In One Punch Man, Saitama's overwhelming power often leads to boredom and disconnection from others, illustrating the downsides of perfection. Law 47, do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. Law 47, do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. This law is about the importance of moderation and knowing when to stop. In Death Note, Light Yagami's downfall begins when he becomes too ambitious and oversteps his original goal, proving the wisdom of this law. Law 48, assume formlessness. Law 48, assume formlessness. This law is about the power of adaptability and flexibility. In Attack on Titan, the Titans are a terrifying force precisely because of their formlessness. Their ability to appear anywhere and their lack of a clear structure or organization make them nearly impossible to combat effectively. That's it. Thank you for watching. If you watched all the way to end, join the Discord and I have a bunch of free resources in the description to help you guys out.